Thank you very much. Mr. Maestri, my fellow peers on the panel, Mr. Ekner, Mr. Punusami, Mr. Gubadan, thank you all for having me today, and good evening and good morning wherever you are in the world. My intervention here today is to give you a snapshot on, opportunities and of course challenges that's being faced with ports in the region. But I've focused it predominantly on Port Louis, but giving some tips with the neighboring ports. Starting with So beginning, why do we do what we do? So Maersk is engaged globally in enabling our customers to trade, to grow, and for markets to thrive across the world. It's not only on a regional basis, but really across any trade, any markets that could exist. We have been aiming to provide our customers with an end-to-end offering, products and services, not only via the maritime model, but across landside services and air freight now. And that is something that we are developing. And for that to be strategic enough or successful enough, we need partners, we need ports, we need terminals, we need customs, we need all those officials and authorities to work hand in hand for our customers to get that end-to-end product and satisfaction that they're looking for. So the transition and transformation into that global integrator of container logistics puts a lot of stress, a lot of pressure on all the existing models that we have nowadays, and forcing disruptors like ourselves to innovate, to become different. This one. So as we try and we strive every day to continue to deliver our vision, we need expertise. We need companies like our sister company, APM Terminals, that has been assisting ports across the world with be it labor, be it software, be it technology that we can help and propose to various partners, not only for our own benefit, but to the rest of the market at large. Putting now our Mauritius on the map from a trade context perspective. So Mauritius is at the center of many of the vast trades that are operating at the moment. So we have the east-west trades, for example, from Asia Pacific to Southern African region, and that's the safari vessel that we have coming here. We have the north-south trades on the IOI, connecting cargo from Middle East, Europe, and the US via Salalah. We have intra-Africa trades from Southern African region connecting into Port Louis, but also taking cargo from the US and Latin American countries. Within the region itself, we have the IOI services that covers, Mauritius, Seychelles, Comor, Madagascar as well. And for that, we need Mauritius to become strategic enough. We are to some extent there, but there's definitely room for improvement. And because of that strategic place that we hold at this point. The current challenge across all trades at the moment, and experienced not only by Maersk, but across the shipping community at large, is the container availability in most of the origins. And that has been an unfortunate collateral damage from lockdowns in many countries across the world, where we found our containers to be landlocked and not at the origins where they're required to be shipping our customers' products. That is putting a lot of pressure on the supply chain at this point in time, and we can feel the pain of our clients on a daily basis, and trying to source the material, or it could be raw materials, but also getting the finished products to their required markets. In terms of the challenges, I'll start with the easy one. So on the terminal side, We took a look at 2020 and the port productivity versus our internal target. Unfortunately, Mauritius didn't sink too well on that scale. We are hovering around 86%. While on some of the bigger vessels that we operate, we have seen a phenomenal and superb performance, and those are on the much bigger ones with the post-Panamax cranes working on them. On the smaller size vessel, however, we see that performance is struggling. We do not get consistency in the performance. It is decent, but not to what we would require for our vessels to be. As a benchmark, give you an indication, the same vessel that operates in Port Louis and operates in Madagascar. In Port Louis, we are at 88% performance with 23.5 moves an hour. In Madagascar, we are at 119% with 41 moves an hour for the same vessel and size. So there is definitely room for improvement there. Another aspect within the port side as well is the yard management, where we see there is potential of using PDIs that can facilitate the planning, stowage, and reducing the idle time of vessels in the port. That will definitely help contribute to an improved berth productivity. Last but not least, on the terminal side, is on the manpower, with sufficient manning of the different cranes that exist there in the different shifts, that should allow a consistent performance across for all vessels. Again, something that we will highlight a big time is the consistency of keeping the performance up. Another dimension that we looked at was on the documentation side. The ease of doing business must prevail. We are still struggling nowadays. It's not only from a shipping agent's perspective, but communities at large, be it our customers and partners in between. So that single maritime window is key to be implemented, and something that could streamline the vessel calling process as well. And its challenges also appear internally. We as shipping lines have some homework to do in terms of improving our data quality and reduce the idle time within the ports. We have had a few incidents here and there, we have taken due cognizance of the feedback shared by the authorities and terminals that improvement needs to be brought. So we need to get to our chalkboard as well and improve the performance from here onwards. So it's not all doom and gloom. We have opportunities as well. There are different things that can be done. Looking again from a terminal perspective, with the improved productivity, be it on the berth or yard management or the manpower, we can move Port Louis to the next level. And like the simple example that I gave to you, Madagascar with shore cranes are able to perform much better than us. So we have competition just next door. We have to step up our game. There are opportunities also on the land side, services that the terminal can offer. So for a company like Maersk that's focused on a lot of regional and connectivity, but also on servicing the remaining islands, we operate for Seychelles, for example, and we need to have an area where we can prepare our reefer boxes to be transshipped, and if that can be something to be looked at by the terminal, that could be an addition to the revenue stream of the port, and specifically locally when it comes to sugar exports, then the selection and deselection of position boxes. One more opportunity for the terminal to look at is on the invoicing side with the reefer charges and making use of the full-fledged NAVIS system. That could definitely streamline the process for importers and basically make the ease of doing business something of reality. So in addition to the berth being more productive or the port being more productive, we can definitely relook at the berthing windows to allow more services to be deployed, be it on a regional level for more transshipment, but also on direct services that can provide a better service to our local customers as well. Last but not least, we've spoken a few times already on port optimization best practices that exist across APM terminals across the world. And it's something that we are extending our offer again to be it the Mauritius Ports Authorities, but also to the cargo handling terminal. This is something that we do, not to be remunerated for, but because of the community at large, and we want to make an impact wherever we are. That would be it from my side. Thank you very much.